Hello, today we are going to be going over how to make this bobble stitch. As you can see, we have these little poofs coming out. It's a pretty simple stitch. I'm only going to go over one size, but I did make this sample to kind of just emphasize that for these bobbles, depending on how big you want them, is how many of the chains you're going to make in each of them, which will make sense in a little while. But you can see these two rows, I only did 4 chains, whereas these ones I used 6. So when we're going over this stitch, just note that as we're making each of these, however many chains we add is what size we're going to get. But I'll be using a size number 6 super bulky yarn and a 9mm crochet hook, and we will go ahead and get started and run through just how we make these. Alright, so we will start with that slip stitch, and I'm going to go ahead and chain 10. Good Lord, if that's not loud as hell. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool, and we will go ahead and skip this first one. And I'm just going to go through that top loop for my first row. Alrighty, and we'll chain 1 and we will start our row of bobbles. So in this first one, I'll just go ahead and put a single crochet, and now in this next stitch, I'm going to put in my bobble. For this demonstration, I'm only going to add 4 loops total, so the smaller of the bobble stitches, but again, this process, however large you want it, is how many you're going to add. So what we're going to do is yarn over, go through our first stitch, yarn over again, yarn over, and pull through 2. We now have 2 loops on our hook. This is what I meant by chains. So we'll do that again. We'll yarn over and pull through, and then when we're here, we'll yarn over and go through 2. We have 3. We can do that one more time, and now we have 4 loops. We'll go ahead and yarn over, pull all the way through to secure our bobble, and then in this next stitch we're going to just do a single crochet. We're going to make it kind of tight to really get that bobble to pop. In our following stitch, we can repeat that pattern. So we have 2, we'll yarn over, go through there, come back, and go through just 2. And notice I'm counting the loop that was already on my hook as my first. And once I have those 4, I'll yarn over and pull all the way through. And then really pulling on my tail. When I come through, I'm going to make this tighter to really get that to pop out. Notice that these are staying on the same side. So this stitch can be in a 2-row pattern, can be in a 3 or 4-row pattern. What you just want to be conscious of is that you are keeping those bobbles working on the same, like if you're going even or odd sides, or like front or back, you want them to always be on the same. So in this case, we put it in the 2nd row. So when we come through our next one, we're not actually going to put bobbles in the next row. We're just going to single crochet. And that will keep them all uniform, because what we don't want, well, you could actually, I suppose generally what you don't want is to have bobbles popping out on both sides of each of your rows. So we've gone ahead and finished up. We'll chain 1. And what I mean by that is we're going to go ahead and in the 3rd row, we are just going to single crochet across. Alrighty, we will go through that very last one. And then when we chain 1 and flip over, so now that we have this back side, we know that we can go ahead and start working our bobbles again. But that is it. It's a pretty simple stitch. It does make for a nice kind of little pop to whatever project you're working on.